For the first time in 50 years, Congress is hearing from intelligence officials regarding their findings on UFOs.
Now, they heard from the UAP, or Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, today in both open and closed hearings. CBS 58's Frank Healy spoke with a local, world-renowned, longtime investigator on UFOs. And Frank, do we finally have an answer? Are aliens real?
Well, Natalie and Jessup, it's now standard procedure for pilots in the armed forces to formally report unidentified objects. While, I didn't get any answers about the alien question, there are still a lot of questions people have.
My gosh.
The message is now clear. If you see something, you need to report it.
Naval Intelligence Deputy Director Scott Bray showing videos of sightings they can't explain and ones they can. Like this one, which they say is actually distorted light from a drone. For Donald R. Schmidt, UFO investigator and self-described skeptic, it wasn't anything surprising.
I'm not disappointed as much as I said this is exactly what's going to happen.
Schmidt says people deserve to see how their conclusions are made.
To me, it's simply a case of controlling the narrative.
Congressman Mike Gallagher brought up the 1967 Maelstrom incident, where a UFO allegedly deactivated nukes at an Air Force base.
I'm not commenting on the accuracy of this. I'm simply asking you whether you're aware of it.
That data is not within the holdings of the UAP task force.
The UAP task force is only looking at cases from 2004 to 2021. Schmidt says that undermines what many people like himself have been researching for a long time.
They'd have to concede, and they especially would reopen Roswell if that be the case.
Security officials say they are dedicated to telling Americans what they know.
However, we are also mindful of our obligation to protect sensitive sources and methods.
For Schmidt, he thinks there's more people could know safely. He says witnesses, both civilian and military, should be allowed to testify publicly without repercussion.
We have allowed a handful of people to decide for all time. I, for one, am not going to stand back and allow that to happen.
Task force officials say from 2004 to 2021, there were 143 UAPs, but when they changed their reporting policy in the past year, that number went up to 400. Live in the newsroom, Frank Healy, CBS 58 News.